tulips hanging out the back there, and we're all trained zoologists. We've all been to university already, we've done the whole thing, we know how much fun it is. But we have a zoo, not very far away from here, about an hour away, with 2,500 animals on it, called Wild Action Zoo. It's a private zoo, there's no people there, which makes it great, but there are lots and lots of animals, and we've brought some animals with us today, so you lovely foreign people, I can tell I'm foreign too, how about that? But I have a degree and know what I'm doing, so it's okay. So you can meet some of our native animals, because unfortunately there's not that many in the wild anymore, and you probably won't see too many, especially being in the city. But today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, and then guess what? You get to touch them, take some selfies, look really cool. Probably don't tag on Instagram as animal selfie, I don't think they're allowed as far as I'm aware. But it is a really cool day. But what I will ask, if you have been drinking all day, which doesn't look like anybody has been, then please don't just come and try and wrap a snake around your neck, because that's just... But we'll get started. So, as I said, Adam, team, zoologist, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring out some animals now, but does anybody here think that we are animals? Are we animals? Yes. What kind of animals are we? You university teachers know this. Mammals, perfect. There's three things that make us mammals. We have hair, warm blood, and we drink milk. It's nothing to do with laying eggs or not laying eggs, because there are two mammals in this country that do lay eggs. They're called monotremes, that's the echidna and the platypus. Fun facts. Now, the first animal we're going to start with today, it's not a mammal, it's not like us, it is a reptile, and his name is Godzilla. So that's what he does.
Maybe just step back a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Godzilla does like to give kisses, so step back just a little. So, Godzilla that's coming out now, he actually lives around Melbourne. If you're lucky, you might get to go and visit somewhere called the Dandenong Ranges. Maybe some of you have already been. If you go there in the summer, you will see these lizards, which are really cool. Now, Godzilla, when he grows up, he's not fully grown yet. When he gets bigger, he'll be bigger than me, over 2 meters long. He's the second biggest lizard in the country. He's not doing too bad already, though. So this is Godzilla, a lace monitor or a tree goanna, and he's got a very long tail, and that big long tail is for defense. So if he sees an animal he doesn't like, he will give him a good smack on the nose, on their phone, and they'll leave him alone. Believe me, it hurts. He smacked me on the nose before and left me with a red mark for 2 days. It's not very nice. But there is something worse than his tail. It's actually his mouth. He's got 60 razor-sharp teeth in his mouth, and something called necrotic saliva, and that means if he was to bite anybody, your flesh, your skin would just start dropping off. It's not very nice. It's basically a very nasty bacterial infection that you really don't want. So I recommend that if you see these guys in the wild, don't touch them, because for one thing, wild animals really don't like being touched, and also they're pretty dangerous. You'll learn that living in Australia for a bit, that there's a lot of dangerous animals. That's why I moved here. It's a great country. Now, Godzilla, unfortunately, is not doing very well in the wild. He's now endangered in Victoria, and that's largely due to habitat destruction. So we're cutting down all the trees they live in. Remember, they're called tree goannas. That's why they've got those great big claws to help them climb up trees and to hide in tree hollows. But if we keep cutting down the trees at the rate of knots that we are, there's not going to be any left soon, and we need them around. They do a good job for us. They eat all the venomous snakes, the tiger snakes, the brown snakes that you may well come across when it comes around the summer. You don't want to get bitten by those, so these guys eat them for us. That's a very good thing. Now I wonder, have we got anybody in the audience who's feeling really brave and wants to help me hold him?
Oh no.
You're right up the back. Do you want to try and squeeze through? Yeah, I'll come through. Don't worry. Remember, I'm only going to talk for about 20 minutes, and you're all going to get to handle some animals afterwards. Hi, what's your name?
Grace.
Nice to meet you, Grace. Could you come and stand right beside me and just put 2 hands under his tummy for me? There you go. I'll hold on. Describe what he feels like, Grace.
It's soft.
So, but also kind of hard. He feels a bit like security mesh to me, and that's because it's so hard in scales that snakes can't bite through it. Good job, Grace. Give Grace a clap. Well done. Right, let's pop Godzilla back. And let's move on to something that you've already had a quick sneak peek of, but Godzilla might like to try and eat him sometimes, because Godzilla does eat snakes. So this snake coming out now, his name is Casper. And Casper here... there we go. No, it doesn't work with the mic. Back off the head. So, Casper here's a very friendly snake. He's called a black-headed python. Thank you, Catherine. It's a bit long. There we go. So, black-headed pythons, they don't live around here. They live up in our northern territories, a long way north here, and they live underground in a burrow. Now, the reason they've got a black head is the reason they live underground in a burrow, because he still needs to heat up his cold-blooded body in the sun, but he's very shy, doesn't like coming out of his burrow much, so he just sticks that dark-coloured head out into the sun, gets plenty of heat energy from the darker colour, and warms up his body so he can go hunting for food. Now, he's a very nice snake, like I said. He's not venomous. He cannot hurt you. He's not going to hurt anybody today. He's super friendly. That's why he's called Casper, isn't it? Hello. Now, Casper's not venomous, but we do have some venomous snakes around here. Like I said, those brown snakes, the tiger snakes, that's the second and the fourth most venomous snake in the world we get here in Victoria. So if you do see a snake when you're out and about for a walk, are you going to hit it with a stick?
No.
You're going to stamp on it?
No.
You're going to jump up and down screaming?
No.
You're going to roll around on the floor screaming?
No.
You're going to stand very still, aren't you? You're going to back away very slowly, because snakes, they don't bite people just because they want to. They don't go, hey, look at that guy over there, I'm going to bite him, he looks annoying. No. People might think that, but not snakes. Now, snakes only bite you if they're scared, if they're threatened, if they think you're going to hurt them. If you go, oh, it's a snake! Try and kick it, and it's probably going to bite you, because if you did that to me, I'd probably bite you too. So, leave snakes alone, let them do their jobs, let them eat all the rats, all the mice that we don't want around. Now, Casper here doesn't really like eating rats and mice. They're not his favourite food. His favourite food is actually other snakes. So you're all safe today, unless anybody's a snake in this crowd, which fingers crossed you're not. But he does sometimes get very hungry, eats his mum and his dad, his brothers and sisters, and his children. They don't have a very close family relationship. Now, I do need someone who's feeling quite brave to come and hold him. Let's get one of our hosts to help us out. Come and stand in the middle. There we go, we'll just pop around you. Maybe we'll go for a, should we go for a little wrap around? There we go. Yeah, lovely. What's he feel like? You feel a nice neck massage going on? Yeah. He's got 220 belly muscles. I see you at the back, mate. Don't worry, we'll get you to hold something. So, 220 belly muscles this guy's got, and remember, he's not venomous. He doesn't kill things by biting them. What he does is he wraps around them a bit like this, and then he strangles them. It's called asphyxiation or constriction, and then swallows them whole. He can swallow something 10 times the size of his own head. Quite impressive. Probably about the size of your head, roughly. Pretty good going. Good job. Give her a clap. Well done. Okay, let's pop him back. And we'll go for one more reptile just now. Now remember, I'm only going to show you about half of the animals we had with us just now before we get them out later so you can all handle them. Now this next animal coming out, one more reptile that we get here in Australia. We get snakes, we get lizards, but we also get crocodiles. So this here is Moriarty. And Moriarty here, what a great name, I know. Moriarty is a baby freshwater crocodile, and freshwater crocodiles, they can live for about 140 years. He's only 6 years old at the moment, but he'll grow to roughly about 4 meters in length, which is quite big. It's more than 2 of me. But compared to his cousin, the saltwater crocodile, he's just a baby, because saltwater crocodiles will live for up to 200 years. They will get to 8.5 meters long.